Hey everyone, I'm Roberto, one of the co-founders at Maven AI. We just finished our Y Combinator interview process and I want to talk about it. At Maven, we do high quality data at any scale for LLMs. I just want to point out we're non-Ivy League, non-FAANG, we're just two college kids running it out of their dorms. As you can see, Chicken Joe made no appearances in this interview process. Yeah, so we got our interview invite on Monday, 12 p.m., and then we get 48 hours to get ready. So it was scheduled for Wednesday, 12 p.m. When we got that email, we were happy. We were a little bit, nervous, a little bit anxious, but at the same time, we are like, we need to get back to work. We need to figure this out. That Monday, luckily for us, we had a presentation on our school talking about our product, our company, and then Tuesday we got some meetings regarding our product. So that gave us that confidence we need going into Wednesday. My co-founder and I, we met on Tuesday for an hour and 30 minutes, discuss, research the interview, and just go over it together. We learned three things that we believe are really important going into the interview. First of all, you gotta nail your one-liner. That's the biggest sell you have. That's the first question they're gonna ask you. And that's the first thing they're gonna see on your application and the first thing they're gonna see on your video. It really is important. If you have a good one-liner, it's easier for you to then break down the business for them. The second thing we learn is know the economics behind your business. They're going to ask about profit. They're going to ask about costs. They're going to ask about anything financially that has to do with your business. They're also going to ask about the number of clients you have, the pipelines you have. You got to know all those things. You also got to know, for example, we had 150 annotators for our business. We talked about that. That's an exact number that we have. They're going to ask about all this stuff. You need to know it. The more accurate you are, the better they understand your business and the better they understand the growth that you had. If you don't have any of these and it's only an idea, then this does not apply to you. The last thing we learn is don't overcomplicate yourself. Make this as natural as possible. Make it a conversation. You don't have to worry about memorizing responses. They don't want that. They don't want to know if you prepare the script an hour, 2 hours before that. Just go in there, know your business, know what you're talking about. The more honest you are and the more natural you are, the better it's going to be for you. Once they came and we felt excited, we felt nervous. We had to actually wait for 12 minutes in the Zoom before the call started. Those 12 minutes felt long. But once it started, those nerves went out the window. There is no formal introductions, just like, hey, let's get started. We have 10 minutes. Let's go. The first question they ask, it's their famous question, what are you building? This is where you drop your one-liner and go from there. They're going to start deep diving. Once the deep dive begins, it gets more complex and it gets more fun. We talked about clients, and then when we talk about our clients, they ask how many of them are paying, how many of them do you have. Once that happens, they want to know the economics behind your business. So they start asking about, profit margins, revenue, cost, ratio between the employees and you. In our case, we have contractors. So they ask about the ratio between the contractors and ourselves. How much money are they making? How much money are we making? How do we sell? Like, what's our main selling point? How do we price those? Those are the questions that came up in the side of finances. After the finances, they want to know about the market and the industry you're in. They want to know who's the big fish, who's the small fish. How do you compete against them? What happens if they decide to release a product just like yours? What's going to happen to your competitors? What's going to happen to your clients? And what's going to happen to you? Remember, they want to know the scalability of your business. They want to know if it's a good investment or not. I think this is the biggest part and the most important that you're going to get in that interview. After we deep dive into the market and the industry, they're probably going to go back and ask some technical questions. They did that with us, a little bit about our competitors and our product. And after that, the interview was over. 10 minutes that go by really, really fast or really, really slow. We felt good about the interview. We finished that and we waited for a response. So one of the most stressful things about this process is getting a response. We waited around 11 hours. And once we did, it was actually an email, which meant we were rejected. The email is pretty simple, gives you a little bit of feedback. Obviously, we were disappointed. We were a little bit sad. We thought the interview went well. Once we read the feedback, we understand what we did wrong. It's nothing to do with the interview itself, but our business. With that being said, obviously we're gonna work and apply again in the future, and hopefully this helps you out. I'm gonna come back and see this video in a few years, maybe in a few months, and who knows, things have changed.